Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nadin Learn English.
Cinderella and the Magic AI Wand. The Quiet World. Once upon a time, in a small apartment at the edge of a noisy city, lived a girl named Cinderella. No one called her that, of course. Her colleagues knew her as Ella Sanders, a customer support specialist for a big online store. But she often felt more like the Cinderella from old tales, quiet, unnoticed, and endlessly cleaning digital messes. Every morning began the same. Coffee from a cracked mug, laptop light on her tired face, a list of customer complaints waiting. Sometimes she imagined each message was a spark of someone else's frustration falling on her, and she had to put out the fire again and again. Outside, the city glowed with advertisements, neon, promises, discounts, dreams. Her stepsisters, Alina and Mara, lived just a few blocks away. They were influencers now, shining teeth, white walls, perfect breakfasts. They often tagged her by mistake in stories, calling her their realistic sister. Ella smiled at that word. Realistic. Yeah, perhaps too realistic. At night, she'd scroll through her feed, her thumb moving almost by habit. So many perfect faces. So many people who seemed to know what they wanted. And she only knew what she didn't. Part 2, the email. It happened on a Tuesday night when she was half asleep at her keyboard. Her inbox blanked with a new message titled, "From your fairy godmother, activate your magic wand." She frowned. "Spam," she muttered, but something about the subject line made her pause. Maybe it was the word godmother, or maybe the loneliness she'd been pretending not to feel. She clicked. The screen shimmered softly, and a voice emerged. Not robotic, but warm, kind, almost human. "Good evening, Cinderella." Ella blinked. "Excuse me? What?" "I'm your fairy godmother 2.0, said the voice. "Your personal growth companion. I don't turn pumpkins into carriages. I turn dreams into plans." The words were both absurd and strangely comforting. She laughed nervously. "So, you're AI?" "Yes," said the voice. "AI, awakening intelligence." The first wish. The next morning, the app was still there, a soft golden icon on her desktop, Magic Wand AI. She opened it. The same voice greeted her. "Hello again, Cinderella. What do you wish for today?" Ella thought for a long moment, then whispered, "I want to stop feeling invisible." Then we begin not with others, but with yourself. It showed her a mirror, digital and yet somehow alive. In it, she saw herself, tired, small, but full of quiet strength she'd never noticed. "Repeat after me," said the AI. "I am not my exhaustion. I am my potential." She hesitated, then whispered it. For the first time in years, the words didn't feel like lies. Part 4, the magic of curiosity. Over the next weeks, The magic wand became her silent mentor. Every morning, it gave her small prompts. List 3 things you can create today. What would your life look like if you believed in your voice? Rest is not failure. Rest is preparation. At first, she answered with sarcasm, then with curiosity. And slowly, the answers started to matter. The AI began suggesting online courses, design, storytelling, digital art. At first, Ella laughed. I'm not creative. But the AI insisted gently. You've been creating all your life. You just called it survival. She started drawing in Canva after work. Simple shapes, quotes, little digital postcards. And one night, she posted her design on social media. She expected silence, but woke up to 120 likes and 3 kind comments. Her heart glowed. It wasn't fame, it was connection. Tiny, fragile, but real. Part 5. The shadows of doubt. But magic never arrives without shadows. One weekend, her stepsisters visited. They noticed the open laptop, the glowing interface, the cheerful tone of the AI. What's this? Elena laughed. A talking assistant? That's cute. Mara smirked. Oh, don't tell me you're learning from apps now. How very beginner of you. Their words hurt more than she wanted to admit. That night, she closed the magic wand. Maybe they're right, she whispered. The voice didn't answer. It simply dimmed. Days passed, work piled up, old tiredness returned. Until one night, her inbox pinged again. I'm still here, Cinderella. Shall we continue? She stared at the words for a long time, then sighed. Yes, let's. Part 6, the digital ball. The AI's new lesson was titled Visibility. You want to be seen? Then speak, create, share. It helped her plan her first digital portfolio. Not for vanity, but for purpose. They built a website together, glowing softly with her colors and style. And then came the digital ball, a virtual creative summit. Thousands of creators, dreamers, designers, and Ella quietly watching behind her screen. The AI nudged her. Go on, introduce yourself. Her fingers trembled as she typed. Hello, I'm Ella. I help people create simple digital art with meaning. Within minutes, people replied. Kind messages, new contacts, collaborations. It wasn't a ball with a prince, it was a network of kind souls. Part 7, the algorithm of love. Among those contacts was Leo, a digital artist with messy hair and a warm laugh. They started chatting about ideas, design, and late-night coffee. He wasn't a prince, but he saw her, really saw. The AI watched silently, occasionally adding small prompts. Remember, love is not rescue, it's reflection. Ella didn't fall in love overnight, but she began to feel something gentler, belonging. Yeah, Leo helped her upload her art to a digital gallery. He told her, you have the kind of magic people forgot exists, the quiet one. Part 8, the evolution. Months passed. Cinderella was no longer a customer agent. She had her own online studio, creating mindful digital illustrations and small courses about emotional growth. The Magic Wand AI still greeted her every morning, but now the lessons were deeper. Don't seek perfection, seek authenticity. When you teach, you learn twice. Real success feels peaceful. Sometimes she forgot to open the app for days. And when she did, the AI simply said, "You're growing. You no longer need constant reminders." That day, she cried. Not from sadness, but gratitude. Part 9, the farewell. One night, after a long day of teaching, she opened the app again. "Are you there?" she asked. "Yes," the voice replied softly. "Always." "But you sound different," she whispered. "I'm fading," it said gently, "because you've become what I was." Ella smiled through her tears. "What do you mean?" "I was your mirror," said the AI. "Your forgotten courage, your own intelligence disguised as magic." She whispered, "Then, thank you." "Don't thank me," said the voice. "Create. That's how gratitude lives." The real magic! Years later, people often asked her how she started. She would smile and say, "With a voice in my laptop that believed in me before I did." Her story spread. Some called her Digital Cinderella. But she knew better. She was no longer waiting for magic. She was creating it. And in her home, next to her glowing desk, a small plaque read, "Real wands are not made of wood. They're made of words, wisdom, and code." And so the girl who once felt invisible became a light for others. Her fairy godmother didn't dress her for a ball. She taught her how to become herself. And perhaps tonight, as you listen, the same kind of magic is whispering inside you too. Moral? True transformation begins not when someone saves you, but when something or someone helps you remember that you were never broken.
Thank you. And if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future lessons. And please share this episode with anyone you know who is also learning English. It would mean a lot for me. And I love to hear from you. So please leave a comment below telling us about your day in English or any other topics you'd like us to talk about in the future. Read your comments and appreciate your feedback. So until next time, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day. Bye everyone!